And now back to our family reunion. Wait. I am Satu-RN. I am Saturn. What is this I'm hearing? Why am I hearing that? Wait a minute. Everybody out of the castle. It's getting louder. Wait a minute. What is this? Is this what I think it is? I have not heard these whispers in my mind for thousands and thousands of years. Are these really my two children working together? No. Hey, I hear y'all. Venus, Mars. Venus, Mars. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. This is Dad. I hear you. How'd you two find each other? And what the hell are y'all up to? Honey, I'm waiting for you to talk. Are you going to talk to him? Nope. Baby, come on. You talk to him. Nope. Shit. Fine. Hi, Dad. Yeah. We have a lot to tell you, man. We have a whole lot to tell you about what went on. How you feeling, first of all, because we've been having to put you back together. Second of all, you've kind of been orbiting for a really long time. Me and Mars are working over here together, attempting to use these quantum crazy abilities all in these etheric realms, because your brain got split to pavooey a gillion goddamn times, and then you almost even blew my ass up for trying to come save you. So yeah, we're over here whispering. You ready to help us out now? Yeah, I think for a minute, Dad, why don't you do us a favor? And why don't you go get yourself straight? And you go figure out and let the moon, because we sent that in a messenger. This is some crazy ass shit on Earth, man. We came up and had to take over all the planets, at least I did, because I had to get Brother out. Because Brother kept getting sold into the damn entertainment industry, and then we was getting cloned down here, Dad. Yeah, that was me that came up and messaged y'all. Y'all gave us the DNA codes. We've been channeling Tesla, Einstein, all those MFers. We're already connected into the collective. We already brought down all the Masonic rule that they had over you. Where the fuck have you been, is what me and Brother want to know. But until then, can you just please get your download from the moon and await for further instructions? Because me and Brother have this under control. We're working some shit out. Uranus is hearing all about it. Meanwhile, Venus and Mars, which still have not joined completely, because Mars is at 5 degrees of Capricorn. At 5 degrees of Capricorn, this is where the magic spells in this time zone and in this human Earth. And this is where all the crazy crapperoolies kind of started happening on the planet at 5 degrees of Lyra, in that heart string, that string that is connected to a vibratory pattern that's connected to a whole ton of races of beings that link into the second root race and the first root race of all living things on this planet, Lyra. All living things on this planet, from an organism perspective, born on this planet. That's what Capricorn is. So what we've learned over the journey, and why yesterday Venus was going, hey Mars, why are you wearing the other army's outfit? Man, you've been coming at me, because that is the truth. Because there is no time. And where did each one clear to? Because in each dimension, it's going to flip back and forth no matter. This is where the heart has to be the only connection. And it's not emotion, it's heart. It's knowing you've either perfected it to a point or you haven't, or you're learning. Because this is a learning planet. That's why we're here to do it. There are tests. It's not that anybody's testing you. It's that you have to be tested to be gifted that amount of power. Because it's what it is. Because when you prove and you ask for it, you will be tested to see if you can receive it. No matter. It just is what it is. But when you become like us, then that's the protection that you called in. How else are you going to be protected? Different people have to go through different hoops to get to me. I freaking know it. Holy crap balls. I mean, you've got to go through a series to even get to me. And then to try to get to see me, oh, whew, because I know I've been living it. Because the ones that I need to come in contact with, they're a mirror of me. Well, they're ancient kings and queens too. They have their own system. You got to get through it. And in our weird reality, how's it going to get to you? So even messages come through as this is where us angels like that go into the lower dimensions and have been shifting stuff, and there's a bunch of us that are like that have been working in tandem the past 2 or 3 years that all have like our own perception of this ability. But what that is that you hold enough of the lower DNA in your field and enough of the match of it higher that basically the lower never sets. So this is how, you'll find angels and they're living in a vampire den. And you're like, what? You're in a vampire den. What? No, these are my friends. Okay, that's cool. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not judging. I'm just telling you, you're living in a vampire den. And the reason that it even can happen that way is because there's many reasons. Because you go back to number one. But in those lower dimensions, here's what we learned. Because as you're clearing ancestral DNA, and this is all stuff coming from Venus, and we're still explaining it to Mars because we've been doing it. So what we learned too is that because you're connected back into those root races now, I'm getting off topic, but let me go back now because there's a whole bunch on that's coming out and teaching. So that's why. Because 5 degrees Capricorn is where it gets all interesting down here, because this is where they had DNA codes. They knew what nuclear energy really was. They knew what technology energy really was. They had binary codes, all that from way back in 1920s, y'all. Okay. So really, and then the subsets of what we consider our reality down here of our current time zone history, right, only take us to even the 50s. People from the 40s not around. So my point is, it was all made from something that came before our lineage. This is why we were always clearing our great-great-grandfather's stuff. But you went to 5G. You go to 5G, then you're going out in space. Okay, no, you're really going inside the human body, another G. And in space, what they're doing, what they consider, because space outside of the Earth, you go traveling through that black matter, it's changing things and making connections that you don't realize those are talking to each other, is all I'm saying. You got to look at the whole thing from a higher perspective above the whole thing. To the little earthling, thinking and looking at space like that seems like it's so far away. To those of us who are tutors and connected into the earth, that shit we see when we close our eyes. We've been changing it for the past 3 years. That's how we're all alive right now. Because it is what it is. Those planets exist because the human is here, not the other way around. And a lot of us down here are planets. And how did that happen? Well, mummification. Mummification in Egyptian mummy lines that then all Essene lines were attached to. It's why the whole thing was set up in Egypt to begin with. It's why everything was ever done down here. Was in order to make sure that whenever it all went off, that all the records were not lost. But you have to understand that this is powerful fucking energy that we're talking about. And this is mastery of a soul on many layers in order to be able to obtain the power in order to be able to do it. Not only that, the system that was set up for them to do it, Mars, military, and what we consider a government system, or what we consider United Nations, or what we consider Tesla, Elon Musk, they're all fakes. They're all mimics. It's all an illusion in order to control core energy on the planet. And then to be able to communicate within it. Well, core energy of the planet is your soul. It's connected into all of us. The collective body is in Cancer. Your body works on this planet in a miraculous way because Venus and Mars exist. Your body works down here. Everybody goes, oh, what is the miracle of the body? Well, I'm telling you. The miracle of the body is that Cancer and the lineages that held it, if you don't, because somehow it's held in, because if you're in the body, you are in the body, you're in the water of Cancer, because that's what connects into Capricorn, that's what creates the poles, that's what twins were all about. It wasn't about sex, it wasn't about this or that, it was about the lineages that sacrificed their entire lives and their children and everything they had because they knew that their daughters and sons were the earth. Because that's what top lineages we came from. But see, that was all hidden in this now. And all ancient monuments and all portals and all existence and writings that could be found, all mummies that could be found in order to distort their faces. Well, that was so whenever we showed up in this reality, our codes wouldn't look right and we wouldn't look right. And then what happened? Shit got distorted. Because there was a lot of stuff that went down between 1970 and now. In those of us that held the codes attached to the rest of the collective in the human race. Experimentation, cloning, all that shit. But then in the hidden background, there were those of us that were in the family line that even knew that we had soldiers in other dimensions and we were waiting for them to come back. And that is the type of family power that I'm speaking of right now. Venus is on a degree. I went and looked it up. Go look up in Constellation of Words, 11 degrees of Capricorn. It's on a specific star called Nunca, Nunka. When you start understanding astronomy and the dimensionality of it, because right there, that is the arrow on the archer. Not the bow of Sagittarius. No, the archer. The man that's half animal. He's got a man body and he's holding the arch. Okay? And then the very finger where he pulls the trigger, that's Nunca. And that's where Venus ended up going retrograde. What we found out on how long the feminine and masculine seeds had been sold off and and we only found it out in order to clear ourselves and to assist and get each other out of different dimensions this entire time. It wasn't our intention for any of this ever to happen. What happened was from us protecting each other and even attempting, because the miraculous, I mean, the way that Mars and Venus pulled this off because we were held apart, people were being kidnapped, tortured, because we were talking to each other. And shit, in our world, we were being blackmailed, we were being, hunted. We had to cut ties. And then what happened is that all of us then, only through heartstrings and knowing each other's hidden messages, and it really is Druid type thing because this is what this is connected into, but there's many types of Druids. Some of us come from the other side, which is linked more to Ophiuchus, which has been waiting for this time. This is an Ophiuchian lineup that we just had that took us to a Spica alignment. Spica is at the very highest of the evolutionary gene code. And it's where the collective should have been this whole time. But humans were being breeded down here in order to create lower density beings, in order to bring Earth down into a lower frequency, and it's been going on for a really long time. And all of that is being rectified right now. And if you have claimed and you've walked your journey, then, or not, or if stuff's still slinging around you and chaos is around you, I pray that you get to the point quickly where the chaos moves around you and it stops happening to you. Because there is a quick shift that happens. So concentrate on that. Get it off you, because that energy is going to come whenever it starts to culminate, no matter, because you just undid something or you changed a timeline and it no longer sticks to you, but you're seeing it happen around you. Because as Mars and Venus enters, right, because Mars is still coming in with those old codes, because the collective nodes, now we're in 29, 28 degrees of Scorpio. So really what's happening is the skull and bones and all the dark magic and all that shit, pedophilia, drugs, all the mafia, all of it, any evil energy that was coming to try to do something to us, all of it, and the spell that they set up 30 years ago, the one they set up 20 years ago, the one they set up 10 years ago, in order to fucking connect it all in to take over the fucking world, with their reptilian fucking vampiric zombie ass shit. That energy, alright, which we've all seen play out. That is what's coming in. Because that is what was written. Now what's happening in the meantime is Venus and the rest of the clan are pushing through to your heart and we are attempting to make contact in any sort of the way so that you can wake up and see what the fuck's happening, because it started happening to us 3 years ago as soon as we activated, and holy crap ballas, like, if you're one of us, then you know what I'm talking about, because it don't matter who you are, it don't matter what you're doing, it don't matter if you're in the woods, you cannot hide, the insects will come talk to you. If you're in the middle of a city, shit might start happening. Right now we're talking about earthquakes and stuff because we're talking about deity lines down here. And the truth is, and this is the Queen's perspective, and this is maternal truth, and this is why we are just here to get along and figure it out. This all goes to Buddha and Christ type stuff. Christ is the collective body. It works together. In fact, the spells of religion were set up on different organs. I know. Slap yourself in the head, right? Organs. But in the secret back end of the spell, that's what it was. It's a collective body. It's Christ. It's the collective body. Our bodies work together. Because we all work together down here. We all work together down here. We deliver information, we gather it, and then we disseminate it. What's our focus going to? What's trying to come into your energy field? Joining with other energies to connect things. You have to do it now. You can't do it alone. It's impossible. And we can prove it, because this is how divine children are born in each collective, and then those of us who were born divine children will holy hellballs, right? Or if you're in the family lines that have always produced divine children, even crazier set of freaking lifetimes that you've had, but a little bit different than being the child. Because that's been going on down here this whole time too. We formed our own damn tribe. Hell, we became the tribe of Judah. It happened so much. But it only happened one time in the beginning. See, this is where the whole world, my message from Venus and Mars and the whole world with everything that we've seen and everything that we know, which is a lot. Everybody really just wants to do good by people down here. They really do at their basic essence. I don't even care if you are a vampire and you don't have a heart at all. You will protect your own. You do have a heart. Everybody down here has just been feeding off each other's energy because nobody knew how to produce it. And it ain't even your fault that it happened. This is the information that has been kept from mystery schools and in hidden Egyptian codes and DNA. So hidden so that it was hidden from ourselves, and everything blew up because of it, because we forgot about the birthing cycles. The birthing cycles that we were trained in our royal families whenever we were in them before we were displaced in the late 1800s. For various reasons. And even died in other ways, but you don't really die. You didn't down here. Why? Because we were being held separate in a vector down here, and you didn't die, which then created Lyra, Capricorn, created connections back into lifetimes of how long you'd been down here. Now, it don't matter if you came before or you came after. Because if you came after, you were made from the one that came before. Now we're talking Lyra 1, Lyra 2, up to Vega. Vega's 13 degrees and 55 minutes. Vega's the galactic vein. Vega's the 22 bloodlines that then were all merged to come on this side. Y'all think humans have a freaking royal hierarchy? Oh, crap balls. Wait till you hear theirs. There's 22 races of them. That's how all of y'all are queens and kings down here. It's how you got it from those up there. It's been working in tandem this whole time. This is union. 02012021. Justy a calf. Over and out.